Okay, so I'm just going to walk you through the syllabus very quickly and show you where you can find on the webpage the syllabus. There's a lot of information on our course website that I want to make sure that you can find the right thing at the right time. So let's go over here and actually take a look at the syllabus. The syllabus is under course information. So if you click on course information, so I'm making this video right now, I'll probably use it for other courses, but Syllabus Fall 2016, right here listed at the top. Click on that, and you should be able to open it with Microsoft Word. Hopefully you can open it with your phone as well. If you can't open it with your phone, send me an email. My email is all over on the welcome page, CEBEY, okay, that's Charlie Echo Bravo Echo Yankee at sunyjefferson.edu. Okay, so CEBEY at sunyjefferson.edu. So we're going to take a look at the syllabus, walk through it together. This is a 3-credit-hour course. It is in the lab sciences, but it's not a lab course. So if you need a lab science for your degree, you want to be in GO 110, not this class. Just a heads up. So this gives you, this is the fall semester. This gives you my office hours and what other classes that I'm teaching. So I teach an in-class GO 102 as well as GO 102 online. These are my office hours. I also teach a GO 131 class. That's for majors and science majors. So people who are interested in going to Earth Environmental Science or Geology, take that course. And then GO 110 is basically this course only with a lab. So if you need lab credit. You are totally welcome to come down to my office during office hours. I'm in the basement of the Samuel Gerthy building. So if you walk into building 2 and go downstairs, my lab is on the left. Even if there's a class going on in there, you can come on back. Okay, so everybody's welcome. Doesn't matter if you're an online class or a in-class or brick and mortar class, as they call it. You can come and visit my class and visit my lab. If you want to sit in the in-class classroom, just let me know. There's a certain capacity for fire hazards, but if there's enough space for you, you're welcome to come visit during an actual lecture if you feel like that would help you. So this gives you my information, my room number, my phone. It's 315 area code. That's my office phone. Email is always the best way to reach me. I get email on my phone. So just make sure that when you email me, that you include GO 102 in the subject line so I know who I'm talking to and if you ask me, when is the test? Well, it helps if I know what class I'm talking to. So here I list the important dates. This is listed in other places on the website. The text, it's the most recent edition of the Earth Science by Tarbuck. This is an ISBN number. You can use any edition. I don't care, but that means loose leaf. You can also share the text with other people. That's fine. But you need the book because throughout the course, I'll be referencing certain pages in the book, certain diagrams, certain readings. So it's really, really important that you make sure that you actually read that edition or that textbook rather than just relying on the internet. So this gives the course description, instructional goals, pretty standard stuff. Attendance policy, you got to make it to the in-class final exam and midterm. So those are listed on the very important stuff. You've got to make sure that you can make those dates or sometime around those dates. I can schedule additional time in the day for you to come in later, for example, like if you work during the day to come in after work and take the exam. But the exam must be done by that test date. You have to have a proctor. The only time when you can't take the exam, the only time you could take the exam outside of JCC and have it proctored off campus is if you live more than 60 miles away from JCC. So if, for example, you're in Syracuse right now, attending Syracuse University, and you're just taking this for a science requirement, then you can take a proctored exam. But you've got to set up that proctor right away, get them to contact me in the first week. So evaluation, there's a midterm and a final. Those are taken on campus. There's also online tests based on the reading. Those are open book, open note. I'm going to give some hints on how to take reading notes that will help you with the online readings tests, but they're open everything, okay? This is just for you to get a little bit better sense of, do I understand what I'm reading? There's a term paper. You'll have multiple chances to turn in the term paper. And you'll have your group journal, and I'll go into what the group journal is in another video. Letter grades are awarded according to performance. Only truly exceptional work will receive an A. Honestly, it's normal for lab science that not a lot of people get A's. Don't let that freak you out. Not a lot of people get F's either, so don't let that worry you. But I do. There's a lot of B's and C's out there in my courses, so they do take a lot of work. They do take a lot of focus. The term paper is really not something to panic too much about because you'll have more than one chance to do it. If you don't like your first grade, you'll get to make the corrections and resubmit it. So there's lots of chances to improve your grade. There's lots of chances to improve your performance throughout the course. Extra credit. Everyone's like, yay, I love extra credit. So extra credit, you can receive up to 50 points of extra credit in the course, and no more than 50 points will be given. So even if all the activities to get you extra credit add up to more than 50 points, if you've maxed out your 50 points, you don't get any more points. So late work, I don't accept late journals. That's because it's a group work thing, and if you're not working with your group, if you're not helping your group achieve, then you don't deserve. You can't get credit for that. You know, it's part of being responsible for your group. It's okay to turn in the term paper late, but you won't be able to edit it and resubmit it. And the details of that are actually listed in the syllabus. Communication. This is really important. I need to be able to talk to you. So I'll need to be able to talk to the whole class, and I'll need to be able to talk to you as an individual. So the primary ways I'm going to communicate you are through Blackboard and email. You are required to use your Canon Mail account. If you can't use your Canon Mail account or you're having trouble accessing it, email me, call me, send smoke signals, whatever. Get a hold of me in the first week so I can send you to the help desk. There are people here paid. Your tuition pays people to teach you how to use your Canon Mail account. So put that money to good use. Office hours. Online students, let me zoom in there. Online students are encouraged, note, encouraged, strongly encouraged to use office hours just as any student would. We can also set up a time to communicate via Skype, FaceTime, or collaborate. So you're welcome to come in. I have normal office hours during the day, which are listed in the syllabus, and it's also listed under contact. I know a lot of you work and a lot of you have family lives, and that's one of the reasons you're an online student. So we can work out other arrangements, mostly through remote communication, because I also have home obligations as well. General tips on how to succeed. College level science course can be challenging. Expect 2 to 3 hours of work at home for each credit hours in class. This is a 3 credit hour course, so expect 6 to 9 hours a week outside of class preparing for it. Now, realistically, that's not every week, but there are weeks that are going to require that. So when you guys are wrapping up your journal paper, that's a week that's going to be definitely a 6 to 9 hour outside of class week. So it also, I would encourage active learner. That means taking responsibility for your own education. If you tell me like, well, tell me exactly what needs to be on the test. No, I'm going to teach you a lot more than it's going to be on the test. The test is a randomized selection. And I mean, it's actually, I use a computer program to help me pick random questions from a big question pool, just like it would on Blackboard. So it's going to pick random questions that are a selection of the things that we learned. So not every single idea is going to get tested on every single exam. So a great way to say something active is, I'm really not understanding cold weather fronts. Well, that's excellent. That tells me that what you're misunderstanding. Even better yet, I don't understand this particular diagram. Can you make a video of it? I'm very happy this course to make you a video. This course is still evolving. It's very easy in a classroom for me to stop and say, oh, you have a question, let me make you something. Whereas here it has to be a little bit more planned out. I have to figure out, oh, I got to walk through a video and, bring all my equipment for the video and that sort of thing. So any input that you can give me about what you need is super helpful. Keeping up with the material. In college level science courses, studying right before the exam is not enough. You're strongly encouraged to take a little time each day, not only to work on book notes, but also review previous notes and homework. So I always recommend flashcards. So the last thing is pretty much my philosophy. This is my little agreement with you. I believe that every student who is willing to try deserves the help he or she needs to learn and succeed. That means that if you need extra help, you should tell me as soon as you can. I never need to know why you need extra help. So if you're having trouble understanding the material because you're having family problems, you don't have to tell me about the family problems. Just tell me that you need the extra help. The only time I can't help you is right before the exam or when grades are already turned in. It's too late. So please tell me as soon as you realize you need help or are having problems. So quick story. The best student I think I've ever had I've had really brilliant students who have gone on to do really brilliant things, and I'm really grateful for those students. But I would say the best student, at least the student I admire the most, was this older student. She was a grandmother, and she had actually suffered a traumatic brain injury. And that meant that she had trouble remembering stuff, particularly in the short term. Short-term memory was not operating at full capacity. She was in my office constantly to get extra help, guidelines, help designing flashcards. She constantly went to the tutors that are available on campus, and we do have a tutor for geology on campus. So that's the kind of student I really admire. And it's not necessarily if you're gifted with the material, it's more of a case of, are you willing to put forth the effort? And she did well in the class. So putting out that effort is really, really important. So confidential help. We have a CARES program on campus. So if you're having personal problems, serious personal problems, that includes domestic abuse, trauma, family issues, medical issues, housing problems. It's not limited to those. Child care issues even. CARES is a program to get you set up with what you need in order to succeed. It's a confidential program, so if you are in a circumstance where you're going to, a domestic violence is a good example. If you're in a domestic violence situation and you don't want to tell me about it, which I totally understand, you can tell the CARES team about it, and they can tell me that I need to give you accommodations without ever telling me about the domestic violence or any of the icky details that you wouldn't want to share with me. So just so you know, that's available, and there's a whole bunch of contact information available right there. This gives you a topical outline for the course, and that wraps up the brief introduction to the syllabus. Now, refer back to the syllabus for rules and regulations. I generally keep to the syllabus pretty tightly. If I say something in the syllabus and it doesn't come true during the course of the class, let me know, okay? The syllabus is generally speaking what trumps anything else, unless something really extenuating comes up, like one semester we had something ridiculous like 5 snow days. Then we had to adapt the syllabus but a little bit. But otherwise, the syllabus is pretty well set in stone, and you can trust what the syllabus says. So let's continue on with discussing more aspects of the course.